to the demonstration of our wonderful Omega 1000 centrifugal style juicer. This is my favorite juicer to do daily juice in the morning because it makes the clearest juice, the most juice, and it's the easiest juicer I've ever found or ever used to clean. We're going to start by putting in the filters. We lift the lid by undoing the two arms on either side, and I want you to take a look at these filters. They give you 5 free ones when you get a new juicer, but we always recommend people to get a package along with their juicer because this is what makes the cleanup easy. Now you don't have to use the filter to use this juicer, but if you don't want to have to wash it every time, which is one of the keys for me, then I would recommend putting the filter in before you do any juicing. So we just drop it, it fits around the inside screen, and we click it down on either side and it's ready to go. We're going to put a glass underneath the spout so it can catch the juice. And what we're going to do is my favorite juice is 2 apples and 1 carrot. Now they make the juicer feeding tubes certain sizes so it isn't going to overload your juicer. And so for this apple, we're going to cut it up. Let's move this over for a second. We're going to cut it up like that, and then we can feed it through the juicer way easier. So we'll put this underneath the spout, and we'll turn it on. And this is going to sound like a fan because this is really moving, 3,600 RPMs. And there she goes. And I'm going to put through 2 good-sized carrots. Now we don't have to cut the stems off them. All I've done is just wash these carrots. And then I'm going to feed through the apples. Now, you can put everything through, including the core, the pit, the stem. It doesn't matter because those pieces are not going to get into the juice. What is happening to the pulp is it is staying inside this juicer, and it circles around the outside of the basket, and it strains the juice out. So the pulp, when we take it out of here, is just like sawdust. And we find we get about 25 to 50% more juice with this type of juicer than we do with any other kind of juicer, and that's because of that centrifugal action. Now you can see we still have juice coming out. I don't turn it off until about 15-20 seconds after I finish putting the fruit and vegetables through it. You can do any fruit and vegetables that you want, like spinach, you wad that up, put through tomatoes, leave the skins on. Pineapple, you can put through the whole spears with the peel on it as well. The peel, the pits, the pulp stays inside the juicer, and just the juice comes out. And we're going to let this sit and settle for just a bit because I want you to see just how much pulp is in this juice. That's one of the biggest things about the Omega juicer is we get very little pulp in the juice. So I'm going to switch it out here for another glass. Just put that off to the side. Maybe I should leave it here right beside so you can see we're not switching it out. Okay? We're letting the machine stop. And like I said, it's going 36 RPMs, and so it takes a few seconds for it to stop. I sometimes give it a little helping hand. There we go. With unclipping the arms here, you can take the lid off, and I want you to see inside here, so I'm going to take it apart. We're going to take the clutch, or the nut that holds the steel blade in place, and take a look at this blade. It's almost clean. There's not a bit of pulp on it at all. And if I take out the filter, by just pulling this way, you can just see what I mean about how dry the pulp is. I mean, it's just like sawdust. You can peel that right off. Now, you can take this and throw this right into the compost because the filter is biodegradable. Or you can use the pulp in other things. Like if you were doing just a vegetable juice, you could save the pulp and put it into spaghetti sauce, for example. Or even your bread and get a vegetable bread. Apples, if you're just doing apples, it's wonderful to make an apple bread, like a quick bread. So you can save the pulp or you can throw it out. But there's very little left in the machine here. I want to show you in the screen. It's all stainless steel, as you can see, but there's no pulp left in the machine at all. So when I'm finished doing my juice in the morning, and I can do 2, 3, 4 glasses before I have to take it apart, but I will actually not take it apart and just remove the filter like you saw me do. Put the lid back on, and we're going to pour a glass of warm water through it. And this is all we need to do to clean it. So we're going to turn it on. And what this does is this takes off any of the juice, and then little tiny bits of pulp. You can see that it's a little cloudy. But because this is stainless steel, this isn't going to deteriorate. It doesn't hurt to leave it a little wet. So again, it'd be ready to use for tomorrow morning. Now, once or twice a week, depending on how much you use your juicer, I would take it apart, and you saw there's only 3, 4 parts here, and wash them in the sink with soap and water. But this is a real easy clean if you're in a hurry and you don't have time to wash your juicer out every time. Every other juicer you must take apart because you have pulp everywhere. And this type of juicer, you don't have that happening. Now, I'm going to just bring the glass back over here. We've had about a minute for it to settle. And you can see here that there's just a little bit of dark space on the top of this glass. That is all the pulp that's in this juice. Now, this was 2 carrots and 1 apple. And it makes this wonderful, fresh tasting juice with all the nutrition in it that you get from the vegetables and fruit. And goes right directly into your system. That's the one beautiful thing about juice. It's absorbed right directly into your system. Your stomach doesn't have to break it down. So it's a really, really good way of getting nutrition into your diets. I want you to consider getting an Omega juicer. It's my favorite of all the juicers we sell because I like to do my juice in the morning. And you can call our toll-free number 1-888-735-1044 to order. Thanks again.